Okay, perfect. So we're going to do a new grapheme tonight. So here we go. So we have learned that it's important to notice when there is an E at the end of a word because it tells us to say the long vowel sound or the vowel's name. Remember that the E does not make any sound. It is a silent E. We have already learned that G spells G, right? But when you see G at the end of the word, it also spells J. And we know that J is a stop sound. So we know that G-E at the end of a word spells J. Yeah, spells J. So we know that J is a stop sound. Say J.
J.
J. Good job. Make sure your voice is on. So let's practice reading these words. Let's notice to see if there's a G-E at the end of the... So let's notice. Is there a G-E at the end of the word? We're not writing. We don't need to write anything.
Yes.
So we don't need to write anything. Thank you. We're just reading. So let's read this word together.
Page.
Let's sound that together. Pull.
Page.
Because it's still following the long E pattern. Let's read this one. What? No, you're not writing, please. What sound is these two? So good. What sound? Not us, because the U could make two sounds. So huge.
Huge.
Good job.
Stage. Stage.
Good job. Try this one.
What? Wait, where?
Mm-hmm.
Age. Wait.
Good job.
Educate.
Good job.
Age. Wait. Change.
Good. So we know that if you see G-E at the end of a word, it spells
J.
So now we're going to listen carefully. I'm going to give you a word. You're going to make that word with the our letters that we have here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The first word you're going to do is mice. Say mice.
Mice.
It sounds like a it sounds like a S, but what letter goes there? We learned that a few days ago. Good. C-E. Good. So what's my word?
Mice.
Mice. What is the word?
Mice.
Good. Change mice to rice. Rice. Good.
Ice.
What's my word?
Rice.
How do we spell rice?
Ice.
Say the letters. Let's spell rice together. R-I-C-E. That spells.
Rice.
Good. I want you to change I to A. Change I to A. Change I to A. Now let's read that word.
Ace.
Good. Now I want you to change to P. And now read that word to me.
Age. Page.
So try that again.
Ace. Ace. Pace.
Good. Now I want you to change pace to page.
Page. Age.
It sounds like a juice sound.
Don't,
What sound?
Do not say it. Do not say a single word.
What is my word?
Page.
Change P to W. Like watermelon. W. Can you read that word for us now?
Age. Wage.
Yes. Now I just wanted to change wage to cage. Cage. Cage.
Age.
What's that word?
Cage.
What is the word?
Cage.
Good. Now I want you to take the K sound away and read the word for me.
Age.
Now I want you to put a S sound at the beginning of age. So S, age. What's my word?
Stage.
Try it again.
Age. Stage.
What is it?
Stage. Stage.
What is it?
Could you help me?
First sound. So we know that this part of the word is what? So we know this part of the word is?
Age.
And let's add the S sound.
Age. Stage.
You keep saying st, but there's no T. Age.
Oh,
Sage.
Dodo, you're doing a line.
Age.
Stage.
Age. Say sage.
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 Stage.
Sage.
Sage.
Yes. Now change sage to stage. What is that word?
Stage.
What is that word?
Stage.
Thank you. That word is
Stage.
good. Now we're gonna practice our irregular words, and I have one new word to teach you. Hang it up, please.
What? Is it just a meeting?
Now we're gonna practice our irregular words. So now we're gonna practice the word could. Can you spell the word? Write the word could for me. Okay. Sorry, that's not how we spell could. I think that's the word we have to teach. Okay, so this is the word could. We could sound this part out. K, oo, k, ood. So, and this is also what we could sound out, right? But these three letters, I'll do it, please. So these three letters we need to know by heart. So you don't have to worry because you're gonna get a try. You're gonna get a turn to. You are going to get a turn to do it. You just need to wait. That sound. K, ood. Could. One more time. K, ood. Could. What is OUL saying?
Ood.
Yeah, it's saying k. This is saying k. Ooh. So what is these three letters saying?
Ooh.
And that's the last sound is saying?
D.
So what is OUL spelling?
Ood.
Ooh. What is it saying?
Ooh.
What is it saying?
Ooh.
Ooh. So which three letters do we need to know by heart?
This.
Which three letters do we need to know by heart?
O-U-L.
One more time, which letters?
O-U-L.
I want you to practice writing the word could 3 times. And as you write, I want you to say the letters as you write it.
C.
Mm-hmm.
O.
Mm-hmm.
U. L. D.
Good.
Did you do the same thing you did?
You could do the same thing. So I thought she knew how to spell it, so she didn't know how to spell it, so I had to go back to it. So what is these 3 letter OUL saying? We don't have to color it.
Okay.
Good. Let's write it one more time. What is OUL saying?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So now write the next one. Good job. Your little eraser. Little eraser. Or a little. Good. Good. So if I could spell could, I could also spell would. How? Wait. Let's erase this. How would you spell would now? That we know that OUL spells ooh. Good. So which 3 letters do I need to know by heart? Good.
Oops.
You could use your little white out.
Never mind.
Good. And if I could spell would, I could also spell should. How do we spell should? Good. Good job. Okay, swipe. You did good. Now we're going to just review again to make sure you know how to spell all three of them all by yourself. So spell the word could. Think about the three letters that spell. Now spell should. Good, and then spell the last word could.
Could? Oh, really?
Sorry, would. Would. And then we're going to practice reading. I'm going to write some sentences, and then we're going to practice that for fluency. Good. You could sweat them out for me. And your handwriting is so beautiful. Okay, now you may tap your marker. We're going to practice reading some sentence for fluency. If you know all the words, we're not going to read all of them one time. We're going to just practice so you could build your fluency. So when people read, we don't sound like robots. Can you move your leg, please? Thank you. And then we're gonna do the decodable. Yeah, we're gonna have two sentences. Okay. Ready? So I'm going to ask you, what word?
Did?
What word? We don't need to mark anything. Just sound it out.
You spoot.
What do we have?
Did boots like the ice.
Let's read it again.
Did boots like the ice?
What word? This is
ice. Mice.
What do we have?
The mice in that.
Let's read again.
The mice in that cage are huge.
What? Let's read for fluency.
The mice in that cage are huge.
Good job. So now we're gonna do our decode. Now we're gonna do our decodable. Do you have your marker?
Yes.
You have your highlighter? You need your highlighter.
Nope.
Get your highlighter from your pencil case.
Pencil case is. That could be anything.
Okay, get one. Quickly, 5.
Choose anything. Yes.
Okay. Now we're gonna use this.
Oh, pink.
So you're gonna highlight all the words that end with GE that spells J with pink, and then I'm gonna get a red crayon to highlight the hard words.
Okay. Okay. Mommy, what did DE say? What did DE say?
You're highlighting the words that end with GE.
Okay. GE.
GE that you find at the end of the word.
Okay.
I want you to look carefully because you missed some GE words that end with G in that line. Look carefully in all the lines. Okay, so highlight the word, not underline it, highlight the word. I'll show you what that means. No, I want you to use the red crayon and highlight some, color some of the irregular words. What is a irregular? What is a hard word in this word? Do we see any hard word in this word? Any other one?
I made a mistake.
I know. It's okay. You don't have to cross it out.
Hmm?
Keep looking. You don't have to cross it out. It's fine. Just look to see if you see any other one.
Who's that word?
To ooh. What is it? Because you could sound in out in. That is a hard word. You got that correct. What about this one?
And so. Oh.
Okay. I think we got most of them. So let's get your finger ready and let's read. Let's read the passage. Don't forget to read the title.
Pet.
So read it. Look carefully at the letters.
Pets.
So I would look like. So.
Eat.
Pets.
Pet.
So you don't need to use the
Snakes.
crayon. You just need to use your finger. So let's try again.
Eat. Pete. Pete. Pet. Snake.
Keep going.
Keep it there. Keep it there.
Keep going.
Okay. Eek. Puke.
Look carefully.
Eat. Pete. Got a pet snake. Eat. Pete. Gave the snake a name. You are Steve. Eat. Pete said to the snake. Educate.
You're right here, Mama.
Oh. Steve had.
What is this word? What sound does it make?
Huge. Huge glasses. Glass. Educate pet. Pete had to lock the gate so Steve is safe. Steve likes his cage. He can I'd hide next to the.
You're right here. You need to track your print.
Thank you.
This word.
Well, he can rest in the.
This is a compound word, so we know that half of the word is what?
Sun. A.
There's an E. What's going to happen to the vowel?
Because you say I decide sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
All the A decide at. Is this a?
What's this word?
Is his
Mm-hmm.
age?
Keep going, please.
Age. Steve. Steve.
Mm-hmm.
In skin.
Mm-hmm.
E the sheets.
Is that going to give me a short sound for you or a long sound for you?
Wait, where's that? What's that?
We're right here. Is it going to give me a long sound for E or a short sound for E? So what's the...
At shed.
Mm-hmm. That means to lose the skin.
Shed.
Mm-hmm.
And his my heel
Keep going.
is his scales.
Mhm.
Scales.
Mm-hmm.
Scales.
Mm-hmm.
At
You're right here.
oh,
You're at this word.
you have to be kidding me. Angel chain.
Mm-hmm.
Is this look?
What's this word?
Is this
Mm-hmm.
looks
A little louder.
at
What's this word?
a
Mm-hmm.
b it
Mm-hmm.
angel
Mhm.
stains, but
Mm-hmm.
eat pig likes Steve all the same.
Yeah. So who are the main characters in the passage?
P
Mm-hmm.
Pete
Mm-hmm.
and eat.
Look back in the text. So we know that Pete is one of the characters, and who else is one of the characters?
Oh, I have an L. Steve.
Is Steve an animal or a human?
An animal.
What type of animal is he?
Snake.
He's a snake. So now you could draw a picture if you want, Missy.